Hello, everybody. David Schuster here. We've now gotten a glimpse at how younger Republicans talk when they think no one else is listening. It is despicable and it is horrifying. First, the background.
Thousands of messages shared in a group chat of young Republicans is revealing some racist thoughts that they even worried about being leaked. Well, those exchanges have been leaked, obtained by Politico, and are part of a Telegram chat among young Republican leaders in the following states: New York, Kansas, Arizona, and Vermont.
As Politico reports, I Love Hitler leaked messages expose young Republicans' racist chat. Thousands of private messages reveal young GOP leaders joking about gas chambers, slavery, and rape.
Politico obtained over 7 months of thousands and thousands of messages in a Telegram group chat between, like you said, leaders in the young Republican state organizations in Arizona, New York, Kansas, and Vermont. Now, it's kind of a misnomer, young Republicans, because it's called the Young Republicans, but these are, full-grown adults, 18 to 40 years old. And over the course of these 7 months, they exchanged messages with, extremely anti-Semitic and racist comments. They referred to Black people as monkeys or the watermelon people. They called rape epic. They talked about the love of Hitler with factions of their party, or even supporting slavery.
And the they includes young Republican leaders. Quote, William Hendricks, the Kansas Young Republicans vice chair, used the N-words, variations of a racial slur, more than a dozen times in the chat. Bobby Walker, the vice chair of the New York State Young Republicans at the time, referred to rape as epic. Peter Giunta, who at the time was chair of the same organization, wrote in a message sent in June that everyone that votes no is going to the gas chamber. Joe Maligno, former counsel for the New York Young Republicans, responded to the chat with, "Can we fix the showers? Gas chambers don't fit the Hitler aesthetic." Annie K. Cady, a New York Republican National Committee member, wrote, "I'm ready to watch people burn now." Annie K. Cady and Joe Maligno have refused to comment. Another Republican on the chat was Michael Bartels. As of this video, Bartels works for the Trump administration as an advisor in the U.S. Small Business Administration. Here's MSNBC's Lawrence O'Donnell.
Imagine you work for Donald Trump and his administration, and you get caught by Politico in what you thought was a private online group chat with people saying things like, "I love Hitler," and saying it's a mistake to, quote, "expect the Jew to be honest," end quote, along with multiple racist phrases, as well as talking about wanting to see people, quote, "going to the gas chamber," end quote, which provokes the reply, quote, "I'm ready to watch people burn now." Imagine what would happen to someone working in the Trump administration who's in group chats like that. What would you do if you were that Republican guy and Politico called you before publishing their investigative report about the I Love Hitler chat group that you're in? What would you say to Politico? He declined to comment. And he still has his job in the Trump administration. The Politico article came out today at 1:15 p.m. and Donald Trump has taken no action against the guy working for him who's in the I Love Hitler chat.
Trump has taken no action against the guy working for him who was in the I Love Hitler chat. Well, the Politico story has prompted intense action on Capitol Hill. Senate Democratic Minority Leader Chuck Schumer spoke out against the Young Republicans group chat in a blistering speech on the Senate floor.
The leaked conversations are revolting. They make you want to throw up. They include comments supposedly from young Republican leaders saying things like, quote, "I love Hitler." Can you believe it? They include gas chamber jokes. How sick. They include racist obscenities, including the N-word. They include jokes about sexual assault. Many of these individuals who have allegedly made these comments have positions of leadership in the Young Republican organization. It's hard to believe. You can't make this up. And it's awful. It's revolting. It's disgusting. It's obnoxious. It's the kind of garbage the worst kinds of people say when they think no one is watching. If this report is accurate, every single Republican leader from President Trump on down, including every Republican senator, including the Republican National Committee, ought to condemn these comments swiftly and unequivocally. And the people should no longer have any position of power in any Republican organization.
While some Republican senators and members of Congress, including representatives from New York, are condemning the group chat, Vice President J.D. Vance is not condemning it. Vance, who seems to miss no opportunity to engage in tribalism and make an ass out of himself, posted screenshots from years ago of a Democrat who is now a statewide candidate in Virginia. And Vance wrote, "This is far worse than anything said in a college group chat. And the guy who said it could become the AG of Virginia. I refuse to join the pearl clutching when powerful people call for political violence." Vance is now getting blasted by Democrats and conservatives. Jonah Goldberg, a conservative influencer, wrote, "Translation, because a politician for the other team said something indefensible, I shall refuse to criticize something else indefensible said by my team," is exactly the kind of moral cowardice and sophistry I've come to expect from our vice president. But again, this isn't just about J.D. Vance or Donald Trump. It's also about a generation of young Republicans who, emboldened by Trump and Vance, think it's funny to engage in bigotry, sexism, racism, and anti-Semitism. One can only hope those young Republicans will eventually pay a public price for their hatred. In the meantime, these young Republicans have revealed the moral rot that is the GOP under Trump and MAGA. It's a movement where decency is considered a weakness and dignity is for losers. That must change, and the Republican Party needs an intervention. By the way, Donald Trump's Immigration and Customs Enforcement Agency, or ICE, is facing several lawsuits now over the use of a new full-body restraint in deporting migrants. Detainees interviewed by the AP said ICE officers used the restraints on them after they had been shackled. They said this was done to intimidate or punish them for asking to speak to their attorneys or expressing fear of being deported, often to places they fled due to violence and torture. The manufacturer says it is not supposed to be a punishment.
I wouldn't say that that's ICE's overall policy. I don't think that's because if it was anybody's policy, I'd have a hard time working with that organization, right? Because that's not the purpose of the rap.
Check out that video at the link below. It generated a lot of comments on YouTube. One of the most popular is from Adam, who wrote succinctly and precisely, "Cruelty is the point." Indeed. I look forward to reading your comments about young Republicans getting busted talking like old Nazis. I'm David Schuster. Thanks for joining us.